And good afternoon, everyone. I am Ann Metcalf, and I'm going to show you today how to make fresh almond milk. Part of my work, my focus, is healing through natural foods. And this way, there is only 2 ingredients in this almond milk. There's the almonds, and we've got water. And that's it. And that's a natural way of assisting our body to keep healthy and for any healing that we need to do. So I've got my blender. You do need a good powered blender for this. And something that's really important when you are eating almonds, using them for the milk or just using them to chew on, it's really, really important. Here are the raw almonds, and here are ones that have been soaked. And almonds have a skin on them that have tannic acid, and that protects the seed from sprouting. And it's good for the almond, but it's not particularly good for our body. So of all the nuts that you eat, it's really, really important that you soak the almonds. I put it into kind of like a jug like this, and I'll put in maybe a cup of almonds. I let them soak overnight, at least 8 hours. You can rinse them once you're finished and rinse them again. And then to get the skins off, I soak it in hot water once I've done the 8-hour soaking. Because what happens is you can pop the skin off, and I'll explain why in a minute. So we're just going to pop these little guys into our almond batch, and I made a batch earlier of using the soaked almonds and keeping the skin on. And what you end up with is this pulp. It's almond pulp, and it's got a lot of fiber because it's got these skins in it. And you can actually make a dip out of this. And you just take the pulp, you add some lemon, some garlic if you like, a bit of olive oil, put it in. I use a type of blender. I have an Oster Cuisinart that I use. You can add fresh parsley, you can add dill powder, and you just kind of whirl that all together, and it's a beautiful dip for veggies. So you can use the pulp left over from making the almond milk. And today what I've done is I've removed all the skins from the almond, and that is going to go into our blender with the water. And it's about 1 cup almonds to 2 to 3 cups of water, and it kind of depends how thick you want the almond milk. And I'm going to need to keep the video running with the blender on. About 2 times. If you want it sort of ground up really well, you can do it 3 times. Depends on your blender and sort of the speed that it works at. So there we have our nice frothy almond milk. And there is a little bit of pulp, so I'll show you the difference between the almond milk made with the skins and without the skins. And you just take a fine mesh bag. You can get a laundry bag that you haven't used in the washing machine and use that kind of a bag. Cheesecloth works. So you just pour, I've got it just wrapped around the jar with the elastic. And just take my spoon and just sort of stir it in a little bit and get because there's a little bit of pulp, not a whole bunch. You'll see there's a whole lot less with the almonds that have been peeled. So I'll just pour that in like that. If you want to sweeten it, I often will add a couple of medjool dates, or if you want to, just a little teaspoon of honey if you like it sweetened. And it will last in the fridge 3 to 4 days, thereabouts, depending on the almonds. In Canada, we no longer can get raw almonds, although they're called natural. They're not really raw. I get these from a specific friend who is able to bring them across the border, and they have not been, I think the word is pasteurized. They've pasteurized all almonds that are exported out of California, because I think one person died compared to thousands of people who die from taking prescription drugs. But anyway, so now to protect the industry, they make sure that all the almonds have been pasteurized, so they're not really raw. And we'll just pull that down a bit so you can get the pulp near the top. And we'll just stir it. I just stir it around a bit because I want as much of the milk in the jar of milk. So there is a little bit of, so this one, so you've got this one is the white, and this one is with the skins on it. And then what I will do, so I take this off and I give it a bit of a squeeze and squeeze out as much milk as I can, and squeeze that out. So I have this, so that's kind of what I've got left from the almond pulp. So I can either turn it into a dip, or sometimes when I'm making oatmeal in the morning, you can add this to your oatmeal or your cereal that you're making, and that you can use the pulp that way. And so that is the fresh almond milk. And yeah, it's pretty easy. You can do this as long as you've got a fairly good sized blender that can take the almonds with the water. And so thank you for watching in this process of making raw, fresh almond milk. I'm Ann Metcalf. I have a program called Trust Your Gut, and it's Smart Foods, Freedom. Because when you are eating natural foods, your body can heal itself, and there's that freedom to just be all that you can be. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can email me at rosiesjoy11@gmail.com if you want to have a conversation. And so be well in your journey to wellness, wholeness, and happiness, to your health. Cheers.